beautiful, welcome to you all. My name is Zagito Machaka and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoy it. And yes, if it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for those who are regular and thank you very much for that. Thank you. Okay, let me get into the video.
Well, it's bound to be a good conversation. TM after all.
Today I'll be speaking on being mothered, from mothered to mothering. And yeah, and it's not just from mother to mothering, but also from being a child to being an adult. You know, I'll just briefly just be touching on those things. Well, backstory is that, okay, I was raised by a single mom, and I appreciated that, but also as a child, there's so many things that you want and desire. I wasn't a bad child, right? But there's so many things you desire, especially with having peers and other children, and you see them, and you know, all of these pressures, we've all been there. I don't understand, like, how I can't even go Nami to wherever, or I can't even do whatever. And I think now in hindsight, I'm seeing that there's so much I did not understand as a child, and I feel that maybe God allows it to be like that for a reason. But now when you grow up and you're just like, woo-wee, no, I get it, mommy. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. You don't have to explain it anymore. Raised by a single mom, obviously there were some limitations to the financial bag, but my mom always made sure that ends meet. I know that there was never a time where we slept without food. I know that she'd make a plan for us. Sometimes we'd even think I book it. But you see in those things the love and the effort that our parents put into it, and it can look differently. It looks different with each parent and with each family and with each way that you were raised, you know. But one thing's for sure, my mom would make ends meet. Would always have food, would be dressed. So my mom, okay, where she works, what she does. We couldn't really necessarily afford buying like clothes. So what my mom would do is that from work, they'd be able to get clothes on discount, or even on account, or yabo. So there was that understanding at work. So Ma would bring my clothes from there. But the thing is, those clothes were a bit more grown up, and I'm a teenager this time, and I love many of them. I love them, but she'd bring blazers, she'd bring, you know, things I liked. But at that time, as a young person, some of them just like, my God, they're so serious, you know. Like, I wanted to be wearing our skinny jean, our what, and it's not things that they had at work. And hear me out, I really appreciated what I got. To this day, my mom still pops in, even this jacket, actually. My mom's still just like, girl, babala. So yeah, I love it so much. But anyway, that's not the point. So she'd do this, and that was like our way of, yabo, you'd be looking fresh each time, as if yabo, things are in order. God, my mom is just making ends meet. And I'm able to speak like that now as I'm older, you know. So I remember how I wanted a skinny jean. I wanted to look cool. Like, I wanted to buy clothes from Mr. Price, like all the other girls and other kids, you know. But yeah, I'd be there, almost formal, but she made sure that she was able to do the best that she could with what she had. And I'm so grateful, and I'm eternally grateful to Uma. Another thing, my mom was protective of us. We wouldn't just go anywhere. Even our events or braai or whatever, forget it. All right, forget it. I think I only attended one braai in my high school years, but after attending that braai, no, I understood why she never allowed me. I just kept it to myself, but I saw, I'm like, okay. Makes sense why she was just like, I will listen. But yes, she was so protective, and I wasn't a child who played in the streets or stuck in jails, but also that's how she was raised. So indoorsy kind of girl, and when you grow up, also it ends up becoming a part of your personality. You know those things when you're thinking, I'm trying to put my hand. No, you're raised like. The thing with my mom is that she put God first. Yo, my mom loved the Lord, and to this day I admire the way that she took salvation and she ran with it, you know. And even in her lifestyle, how she chose to stay as a single mom, yeah, it's just I can attest of God by looking at her life and what God did through her, and how she was intentional about the kind of parent and the person should be in front of us as our kids. Though God, whenever my mom, the time I'd see my mom crying is when she's praying. And I think later on in life, it affected my ability to relate emotionally with people, or because what's going on. And also we wouldn't have like sessions where we're sitting or crying. I don't know how that's supposed to even look like, so I can't even picture it because we didn't really have that. But I knew that when Babe come in, and then it happens, and then you'd see it's okay, things are not so good, I wonder what's going on. But you'd catch on the conversation as she's talking to the Almighty. But I appreciate that. I appreciate the stability that she did her best in providing for us, you know. Though we moved quite a lot, though there were times where I didn't get to stay with her, but you can tell that in the decisions that she made, she had her children in mind, and she was very intentional. Only now in hindsight do I realize with Haman, maybe like there's so much that one has to deal with in adulting, guys. Like, it's a lot. It's busy. It's every day. Like, it's a lot. And now I tend to appreciate our parents and our adults in the decisions that they made and how they stood. They stood. And I hope that I sparked that idea, that thought in your mind of appreciating the fact that, you know, I wouldn't understand how must E28, you know, let's, you know, obviously on the 28th, should buy like my chips, my chips, nice stuff. But you like how, okay, the following day, Mama Pilla, let's keep yabo. And it's those little things that now you realize, man, our parents really had it hectic. Which takes me to my next point of now actually being an adult and getting to see that and actually being a mother. There's so much you desire for your child as a parent. You want the world for your child. The things before they even mention because they want whatever, already your mind has been there. Like the amount of thought and care and concern that is in a parent's mind is mind-blowing. And in all of these things, I'm reverting back to seeing that, okay, this is what my mom was going through. This is what she was experiencing. That's what was on her mind, you know? When you realize now that, no, man, like, these people were trying their best. They were trying their best. When it comes to safety, how you don't, I remember my mom would say, I wish I could just put you back in my stomach and just keep you safe and protect, you know? And I'll be like, girl, gotta live my life. What you talking about? But now I feel it. I'm just like, this world is brutal. This world is, from even now, Fanaz is so, he's young, 4 turning 5, but already at school, there's things of, you have this, you are like this, I'm like this. Like, I'm just like, eesh. And you have to try to keep your cool because you can't be acting on everything. And there's so much that keeps on working in your mind that, am I doing my best? Am I doing the best for him? Am I creating childhood traumas? Am I every day, you know, was this I listen? Could I have shouted? Ngikhupula voice? Ngehlisa? Am I raising a person who will be better for tomorrow? Well, am I raising a person who will be able to stand in the future? Am I raising a person who will be respectful, well-mannered, good in society? Because we're not raising our children to just be in isolation. Yes, for them to be themselves, but also they're going into a world that is not so kind. And what morals, what am I instilling? What are we instilling as parents? Ekhaya, before they even, where you want to afford them the best opportunities, better than yourself. You want them to go to swimming lessons. You want them to, all these beautiful things that you desired for yourself, but you also realize that with the limitations where they can be, you can't give them everything you want to give them, because you're also limited in your mindset as a person, as an adult, as a parent. You can't just be giving them everything they want, because you must still be a parent and put structures and what in order. And the sense of always second guessing your moves. Did I overdo it? Was it enough? Does he get it? Does he know that it comes from a good place, But again, I guess we can't really understand that, because maybe one day he will understand that I was just trying my best too. We were just trying our best too. With the help of the Most High God, we are doing the best that we can. And this is what goes out to our parents. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But also, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you for all that you've done and you continue to do. And I see in how I love Melo so much. Like, my heart, I see my heart walking when I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, is this what my mom was feeling? Is this how deep it was? But above that, is this what God feels for me every day?